Hi, and welcome to this product presentation for the Shigematsu CF01 full face respirator. The CF01 is an ultra-light full face respirator from Shigematsu. It comes with a built-in speech diaphragm, 6-point head harness, cutting-edge style, and at an affordable price. It also meets the requirements of the Australian New Zealand Respiratory Standard, AS/NZS 1716-2012. In this video, we'll cover the following topics: a description of the respirator, features and benefits, the importance of fit testing, pre-use inspection, how to connect filters, putting your mask on and performing a fit check, removing your mask, cleaning and storage. We'll talk about the various filters that are available, and finally we'll touch on the spare parts. The STS CF01 is a negative pressure reusable respirator with interchangeable filters. The negative pressure refers to the fact that air must be drawn through the filters when the wearer inhales. This creates a negative pressure within the mask. It is therefore important that you have an adequate face seal to ensure that you don't have any inward leakage. The mask is reusable and can be used many times over. With proper cleaning, you can get many years of use out of this respirator. The interchangeable filters refer to the range of filters that are available to go with the CF01. Which filter you choose and when you use it will be covered later on in this video. The STS CF01 is packed full of features. The first thing you'll notice is that it is ultralight. At just 360 grams, it weighs less than half many competing brands. The 3D visor means the visor is a lot closer to your eyes so that you have a really good field of vision. The speech diaphragm makes communication simple amongst teams. The 6-point head harness gives you a lot of adjustment points and ensures that you can get a good firm fit and face seal. The TPE construction of the facepiece provides you with a long service life and is hard wearing. And finally, the simple twist lock filter connection allows you to put filters on and off easily and simply. The STS CF01 is a close-fitting respirator that only works effectively if you can get an adequate face seal. It is a requirement of the Australian New Zealand Standard AS/NZS 1715-2009 that such respirators must be fit tested prior to use. This will ensure that you've got the right size respirator for your face and that you know how to fit it to ensure an adequate face seal every time. PH7 is able to offer both qualitative and quantitative fit testing for this purpose. Fit testing needs to be completed prior to use and then annually, or earlier if you have a change in facial features, for example after dental work or perhaps after a significant change in weight. Before donning your STS CF01 full face respirator, it's important that you undertake a pre-use inspection. Check the visor, the mask, looking for any tears, rips, cuts, any discoloration or deformation of the mask. Make sure to check the filters. Inside the mask you'll find 5 valves that should be checked. You'll have 2 inhalation valves, 2 inner mask valves, and at the front there's an exhalation valve. You'll also find 2 gaskets where the filter's attached around the side of the mask that should be checked. And of course, make sure you check the straps, that they're in good working order as well. If you find any parts that are in need of replacement, it's important that you replace them immediately. Once that is done, you're ready to go. It's important that you fit the correct filters for the hazards that you're trying to protect yourself from. Choosing the correct filters for the job will require you to know a few things about the environment you're entering. Firstly, you'll need to understand the types of contaminants that you might encounter. Are you trying to protect against dusts, mists, fumes, organic vapours, inorganic gases, acid gases, or a combination of these? You'll also need to understand the concentration level of those gases in the environment, as well as ensuring that there is sufficient oxygen, at least 19.5%, in the atmosphere that you'll be in. An occupational hygienist or a qualified health and safety professional may be needed to help you determine these factors. If you cannot determine the contaminants you're up against, or their level of concentration, or the level of oxygen in the atmosphere, then you should not use this respirator. Instead, you'll need to find a supplied air respiratory system, such as the Clean Air Airline System or an SCBA, which is a self-contained breathing apparatus. Once you know the contaminants you're dealing with, the Shigematsu Filter Selection Guide is a fantastic tool to help you choose the correct filter for the job. Connecting the filters is simply a matter of lining it up against the side of the mask, twisting it until you feel a positive connection. If you want to connect the pre-filter to an existing gas filter, it just simply clips on over the top. We're now going to show you how to fit your CF01 and perform a fit check. To do this, I'm going to get my colleague Juanita to come and help demonstrate. Firstly, to put on the mask, make sure all the straps are nice and loose. Once you've done this, place the mask over your head. Using one hand to hold the mask to your face, you can use your other hand to then start tightening the straps, starting from the bottom, working your way to the middle and then finally to the top. Once you feel that you have a good fit for the mask, it's important to perform a negative and positive fit check. To perform a negative fit check, place your palms over the side of the filters and inhale gently. You should feel the mask collapse inwards and no air coming in around the side. If there is air coming in, tighten the straps further and try again. Once you've successfully completed a negative pressure fit test, it's time to complete a positive pressure fit test. You do this by placing one palm of your hand over the exhalation valve and breathing outwards. Again, you're looking to make sure that there's no air escaping around the facepiece. Once this has been successfully completed, you're ready to go. Once you're outside of the contaminated area, you're now free to remove your mask. To do this, it's just a case of doing things in reverse. You loosen the straps, starting from the top, working your way to the bottom, and then pulling the mask off over your head. After each use, we recommend that you clean down your respirator and inspect it prior to putting it away. Respiratory wipes are a really good way of cleaning down contaminated surfaces. You can also use isopropyl alcohol or a mild detergent and then rinse it in fresh water. If you're dealing with a particularly toxic environment, make sure that you follow the decontamination procedures set out by your health and safety professional. Once you've cleaned your mask, then take a moment to inspect it. Inspect the visor, the filters. Under the filters, there are gaskets which you should check. Inspect the head harness, taking time to stretch it and make sure that everything is in good working order. And then inside the mask you have a number of valves. The CF01 has 5 valves, 2 inhalation valves, 2 inner mask valves, and on the outside we have the exhalation valve. All of those should be checked. With any of these parts, if you find any damage, they should be replaced immediately. Once your CF01 has been cleaned and inspected, then it's simply a case of storing it correctly for its next use. Firstly, remove any filters that you've been using. We recommend that you get used to putting them into a plastic bag that's resealable. This will stop any cross-contamination, but also for gas cartridges which use activated carbon, it stops them continuing to absorb the contaminants in the environment. The mask we recommend you put into a resealable plastic box. This will ensure that the mask remains undamaged, ready for use next time. All Shigematsu negative pressure masks are compatible with the CA range of filters. The P2R is a particular filter that offers at least 94% protection against solid and liquid particulates. This includes dusts, mists, fumes and fibres. It is particularly low profile and the hard casing protects the filter material from damage during use. It is also available as a clip-on, which can be used with any of the gas cartridges. The P3R is similar to the P2, but provides a higher level of protection of up to 99.95%. It is also available as a clip-on for use with gas cartridges. The CA1 provides filter protection against organic vapours with a boiling point over 65 degrees C. For example, benzene, MEK and turpentine. It should only be used in environments where the concentration level in the atmosphere is less than 1000 parts per million. The CA2 provides the same protection for organic vapours with a boiling point over 65 degrees C, but for higher concentration levels of up to 2,000 parts per million. The CAAX is a filter that provides protection against organic vapours with a boiling point under 65 degrees. These are typically very volatile and include chemicals such as acetone, ethyl bromide and chloroform. CAAX filters are only designed for single use. The CAK1 filter provides protection against ammonia and organic ammonia derivatives. It should be used in concentration levels of less than 1,000 parts per million. And finally, the CAABEK1 provides protection against a wide range of gases and vapours, including organic vapours with a boiling point over 65 degrees, inorganic gases, acid gases, ammonia and organic ammonia derivatives. It's usually referred to as a multi-gas filter and can be used in concentration levels of up to 1,000 parts per million. One of the questions we get asked most often is, how do I know where to change out my filters? For particular filters, as the filter fills up, it becomes even more effective. However, the breathing resistance will also increase. Change these filters when the breathing resistance becomes difficult or as per your filter change-out schedule determined by your health and safety professional. Replace your gas and vapour cartridges when any of the following apply. Firstly, if the expiry date on the cartridge has elapsed, if it's been more than 6 months since you opened the sealed package it came in, whether you've used the filter or not, when you can detect the presence of the contaminant through the mask, usually by smell or taste, in accordance to the manufacturer's instructions. For example, the AX filter is a single-use filter only. The STS CF01 has 6 replaceable parts. We'll start off by removing the head harness. Firmly hold on to the mask, turn the harness to the right and push it off the lug. Now repeat this with the other 5 attachment points. Next we're going to remove the inner mask. You do this by peeling it off the face piece with your thumb and forefinger. This will also reveal 2 inner mask valves. To remove these, simply grab them with your thumb and forefinger and gently pull them off. Next we can remove the inhalation valves. There's 2 of these, one on each side of the mask. Pinch them with your thumb and forefinger and gently remove them. Moving to the front of the mask, we have 2 gaskets which are replaceable. Pinch those with your thumb and forefinger and pull them out. Finally, underneath the cover is the exhalation valve. To access this, pinch the 2 lugs, lift the flap and then remove the valve. If you find any of your parts are damaged or worn, it's important that you replace them immediately.